Hey there, TJ with Back to Nature Living. Today we have a great day ahead of us. We are actually going to pick up a very long time wanted side-by-side Polaris Ranger 2014, but we have this ATV trailer that has had our big water tanks on all winter long, and I think something happened to it last fall. I don't know for sure, but as you can see, the spring leaves it probably is called under here, has broken here and on the other side as well. This side here, actually the wheel kind of stays in place, but the other side it is totally loose. So to get up the hills to the top of our property a couple of days ago, I actually had, or 3 days ago, I had to actually use some tie down to hold the axle in place, and that does not work on the freeway, so we have to do some fixing. So we have one of these that I'm going to put on, but this is so stuck, so to help myself out and make things a little bit easier, I am actually going to use my excavator and just flip the whole trailer around. Probably not something that people in the city would do in front of their yard, or driveway, but that's what we do up in the mountains, us hillbillies. And my wife is here to help out and supervise. Actually, one time a lot of years ago, I had one of these big hooks under tension over a big pile of lumber on a big trailer, and somehow it came loose and hit me right a little bit further back than the temple, and I was just having blood gushing down like crazy.
That's at Home Depot.
Huh?
That was at Home Depot.
They were really worried because that I could sue them and all these things. Hey, I'm a Norwegian, I don't sue. That's an American thing, sorry. That's a hobby that many people have. Sue people. Okay, let's get to business.
Yeah, he had a big gash in his head, but we didn't go get it stitched. We just put some cayenne on it, which closed up the wound and stopped the bleeding, and then we put some lavender on it, and he had no infection. It healed with just a hairline scar.
Okay, ready to see what happens, and I actually did remember to unhook the trailer from the truck. Thank you, honey.
Uh-huh. Yep, sure can. That one front tire on the right-hand side there, you can see it's on the ground. Yeah, that's how loose it was.
That's why you're fixing it.
Yes, we actually went like 20-30 miles down the road to Tractor Supply with it like that and back to pick up the blade. So my husband had to put a tie down on it to keep it in place because it kept hitting against the back wheel and braking it, just bounce around. It's just dangerous because it could flip the trailer while you're driving, which would flip the truck. Not a good thing. Putting some boards underneath. One of these days we'll get organized, won't have everything everywhere. But when you make a list of priorities that have to be done before the snow flies, you do what has to be done first. And getting it side by side with tracks is one of them. I have a biting fly on my cell phone.
This swivel thingy is way here.
I was wondering about that. Okay. It's like this biting fly is watching the movie. He's just sitting there on the screen watching it. Funny. Yeah, it always pays to be safe than sorry. We only got one leaf spring because that's all they had at Tractor Supply. So we're picking up the other one today when we go up to pick up the side-by-side. It's a Polaris Ranger 990, I think, or something like that, 900, something. With power steering and tracks for the snow. Just nice to have extra snow vehicles because when one breaks down you'll have another one. So even though we got the Snowcat right now that needs a water pump in it, which we just haven't put in, it's always nice to have a couple of snow vehicles since our snowmobile seized up and our MV7, Polaris MV7, which is a military four-wheeler, they both have major issues and they will not be good for this winter. So now we'll just have the Snowcat and the Polaris Ranger 900 with the tracks. And hopefully that will do it. Since it's only a 2014, it's in really good shape actually. It only has like 370 miles on it. It looks brand new. So the tracks. Yeah, he puts his whole body into this work. Yeah, an excavator can be used for a lot more than just moving dirt. We use it for everything. Whether we're lifting up the back of the four-wheeler so my husband can work on it, turning over this trailer. This trailer's been upside down before, but it was when it went off the edge of the road, actually off the cliff. My husband jumped off he was on the four-wheeler trying to pull this, but not the four-wheeler, big mistake. And it went off the edge, and the four-wheeler banged into a tree and stopped that, and then the trailer was totally vertical, the back of it sticking straight up. Use the excavator to pull them both out. And if you can ever get an excavator on your homestead, they are invaluable. And you can get these things used for like $20,000. So it's so worth it. You will use it for everything on your homestead. I mean, we have trees every spring. We have not only slides but trees that fall across the road, and it's so nice to have the excavator just move everything out of the way. You don't need to go to the gym when you work on the homestead, because being a homesteader, the life is a gym workout. Whether you're gardening, whether you're doing mechanics. My husband lifts so much, he's totally a Hercules. I can't believe all that he can lift sometimes.
Last week, I think it was, or maybe this week, I watched something on YouTube. It's kind of funny. It's called Bush Mechanics, about the guy of Aborigines in in Australia, and used rope and a piece of wood and all kinds of stuff to fix vehicles. And that this reminds me about that. And when you get old, you get aches and pain and have a bad shoulder, so it doesn't feel good to do this. No offense to the ones that are older, but
So we really like this CRC knocker loose. It works better than the heavy duty WD-40. It really, I mean, this stuff is rusted on pretty good, and it really loosens it up. So if you ever want to try this stuff, it's worth it. It's good stuff. Well, my hubby's got the leaf spring on. He's just putting all the bolts back on. Nuts, bolts, things that secure the leaf spring. It will just be nice to have this axle secured in place. And it's on! Woohoo!
oh, we have to fasten the U-bolts.
Oh yeah. I don't want to be without those.
I got the leaf spring on the right side in place, but on the other side I had the hardest time getting proper grounding on this side. This piece here didn't give me ground at all, so my MIG welder just kept on spewing out wire, and I barely got hot at all. But finally I had to use the grinder here, and then I was able to get the ground I needed. So right now it doesn't look pretty, but this is the second weld I've ever done with my MIG welder, so it's good enough for me.
The axles are fixed. Kind of windy. Well, it's nice to have a fixed trailer. Now we can take off to go get our side-by-side.
The well broke.
Are you serious?